Business with a servant's heart. Welcome to the podcast. Inspiration, motivation takes. Listen to the podcast. We're all about to talk about life. Our guests will share their life story. We want you to success in life and business. We're ready and we will start shortly. We're gonna talk about life. We're going to speak on business. You're gonna shine bright. We are going to witness. Business with a servant's heart. With hosts Steve, Ramon, and Ray. Inspiration, education talks. Listen to the podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast. I'm your host, Steve Ramona. I am so thrilled to have you join us today. This podcast is dedicated to exploring the idea of doing business and living life with a purpose, serving others, and by the way, you can achieve success as well. We believe when you approach our work and our lives with a servant's heart, we can truly make a difference. Hey, we created a show whether you're an entrepreneur, super wealthy, or just want to bring purpose into your daily life. We're here to support you with these incredible guests. And on a side, you wait to hear my guest. I've been talking for 5 minutes. You guys are going to be blown away by this guy. And while listening, I want you to think about, and this is really important, I say it all the time, but I'll reiterate it. I want you to think about who you're going to serve today and what impact you'll create today. And you don't need to change the world today, but maybe walking up to somebody and say, you have a beautiful smile, or mentioning somebody's name on their name tag. Hey, Tony, thanks for bagging my groceries. Those little things add up and could change the world. And our today's episode is proudly sponsored by our phenomenal partner, Pantheon Alliance. Imagine being in a community with thought leaders, experts, highly successful business owners who are working together to make an impact, to change in the world. For any questions or information about Pantheon Alliance, please reach out to me and I'll get you the information. Now, as you see in my monologue, I talk about impact, and I'm going to take this out right now. My guest just told me 90% of our thoughts are negative. I want you guys to stew on that a little bit. It rocked it literally rocked back in my chair. So we're going to talk about that to start out, and then we get some great things to talk about. Rahul, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here on your show. And thank you for doing the amazing work that you're doing for the community. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. 90%. You blew me away. And you could tell before the show, you could tell I was like, what? Talk about that. Mm-hmm. Why you think it's there and what we can do to help that.
Sure. So there is one more number before that, Steve, which I want to share with the learners. A human being get close to 60,000 thoughts in a 24-hour period. 60,000. And out of those 60,000 thoughts, 90% of them are negative. So it is so important for us to stay among positive people, to read positive literature, to listen to positive podcast as yours, and spread positivity among us. And the first thing that we need to do is have positive thoughts, because I believe the positive thoughts helps you take positive action. So if you want to spread positivity, the first thing has to happen, which is the positive thought.
And I think of when a baby starts laughing and we're all watching on TV or a video, whatever, we all start laughing. It becomes infectious. Kind of what you're saying, right?
It is contagious. And the interesting thing is, when our mind is positive, and this is as per research, okay, while writing my book, I did a lot of research. What I found that when we are in a happy state of mind, whether it is real or imaginary, whatever it is, if we are happy, our brain gets a message to stay happier for at least 5 to 6 hours. So that's when another thing I always tell to my leaders, that never ever quit on a bad day. Because if you are having a bad day and if you make a decision, that decision may not always be right. So if you want to quit on any sports or quit on any habit or quit on anything, don't do it on a bad day. Do it on a good day, because when you are happy, you are taking very rational decision. and you will take that positive decision for you, for your family, as well as for your community.
What a great piece of advice. I am going to take that to heart. And that leads you, and I've been asked, I'm sure you've been asked many times, what happens when I have one of those 90% negative thoughts? How do I get back to positive?
So it is, I would first say it is not that easy, because if it would be easy, then there would be no negativity around us. So we need to take conscious effort. That is number one. We need to decide on this consciously, that I want to think positive. And one of the ways for you is to just be in a calm state, take a deep breath, just calm yourself down, because when your mind is filled with negativity, everything that is going in your mind is all negative thoughts. It will go bad, it will go bad. But I would want my audience to think about the situation, similar situation in the past.
Mhm.
You would have similar situation in the past. How did you deal with it? What was the outcome? Because today you are nervous because you are dealing with a negative situation, but this is not the first time that you would be having it. How you dealt with it, how was the outcome, and if the outcome was positive, which I'm very sure that outcome would be positive, we just need to calm ourselves down, that hey, things will be normal, because we cannot take a right decision when our mind is not at rest. So that is number one thing we need to do. We need to calm ourselves down. Number two, I would say, is chant some, either it could be mantra or the word om, or we will listen to the music that will soothe in your ears, that will soothe in your mind. Another thing we can do is talk to someone that gives you positivity, that encourages you. It could be your friend, it could be your mentor, it could be your parents, it could be your spouse, whoever that person is. And another thing I would recommend is just be grateful for what you have, because at times, in order to get things done, in order to achieve more, we at times we forget what God has given to us. So bring out your gratitude journal, maybe in your phone or iPad or a piece of paper, and just write down those 5 things that you are grateful for today. I'm very confident that by doing these couple of steps, we will turn our negative thoughts into positive.
Yeah, and I hear, and you probably relate this, that not just typing it on a screen, that's okay, but the action of writing. I've got an Apple Pen here, and I write my notes now because of that. When you write, what happens when you write it instead of like verbally, audibly, or typing in a computer?
So when we write, number one thing, it happens that you are reading it also. It is becoming very, very clear to your mind that yes, you will be doing it. You must have heard that people say that if you want to achieve your goals, write your goals in the common places of your house, in your bedroom, in your restroom, in your car. So when you are seeing those goals every now and then, you are divine to take action. You are taking action towards it, because we are into so much of complex life, Steve, today, that so many things goes in with this where we don't have any control. So when we write things, number one, it goes in our mind, it goes in our subconscious mind. And when the things goes in our subconscious mind, it allow us to take action towards it. So I would highly recommend for us to write things. And when I was a student, Steve, I used to write my notes. There was all kind of, PowerPoint presentation or paper presentation, but I used to write because it helps me to remember the concepts or whatever the subject was.
And you just proved something to me. Again, as a host, I learned something. I realize now, because I'm writing stuff, I'll remember them more, because I'll pop up and go, oh, I wrote that. I just realized it, didn't know. And so it did work. It's been working for me. So I appreciate that. That's such a
Yep.
audience. That's a great tip. That's $1 million tip right there. And it could not be $1 million in dollars, but it could be a million great ways to serve, or different ways. So take that tip and write it down. As he said, write that tip down. I'm excited to jump in your book, Habits for Miracles. I love the title, but let's dive. What's the mission and the goal of the book?
So the mission is to spread positivity and allow people to design their life their way. During my corporate career, Steve, I have encountered many young professionals who had great passion, great IQ, great attitude, but within the first 6 months, something used to go wrong. Either they used to quit on us or we used to quit on them. And I realized that they are not able to unleash their true potential. So this book, through this book, my mission is to allow our student community, young professionals, to take charge of their life, to take charge of their career and design it their way. Most of the times we feel that, hey, I'm not in the right company, my organization is not paying me well, I don't have a good manager, I don't have a good co-workers. I mean, we start thinking about things which are beyond our control. So sometimes we need to take control of things, and if we inculcate right habits, we will be able to design our life our way. So in this book, I have used the word miracles as an acronym. So I've discussed 8 habits, all starts with MIRACLES, that will help you create your own miracles. And someone asked me that, how do you define miracle actually? Because miracles don't happen overnight. And I said, for me, I'm not thinking about any divine intervention here. Miracle, the way I define, is anything that you could not do before and you are able to do it now is a miracle for me. And yes, when you are positive, when your mind is positive, the word luck, and this is, I always tell my son that, hey, son, my son tells me that he was lucky, that person was lucky. And I said, luck comes to those who do hard work. Like in a buzzer beater, if a basketball team is winning, it is not, you can say as a luck, but that luck has come with a lot of hard work for that person to shoot that shot in from maybe half court or maybe a 3-pointer and win that game for his team. So luck comes to those who work very hard for themselves. And with these 8 habits, and I'm not saying that you have to have all 8 habits. It's customizable. Different depending on individual. You can have your own habit, but if you focus on these 8 habits, you will be able to design your life, and then you will not regret, or you will not have an opportunity to blame someone else for your destiny. You can design your own destiny.
Right. So there's 8 habits. I can count. I can count to 8. Might be a hard question for you, but what's your favorite habit in the book?
So mine is with this M. M starts for mind talk. So a lot of us, we do self-talk to our own self. I use the word mind talk because we basically talk to our mind when we are talking to our own self. And mind talk is as a habit that has really changed the way I look at things. It has changed the way my kids are growing up. My kids are my guinea pigs, so I try and test most of the things on my family. And mind talk, the way I do is it's you talk to yourself about yourself, and if you talk positive, it will change your thoughts to positive. And I personally do mind talk twice in a day, once when I get up in the morning and when I'm going to bed. And what I mean by mind talk, it's not that I just having a debate with me about my own self. I talk about those things that I want to accomplish, that baby steps. I'm not talking about my 5-year goal when I'm doing my affirmation statements, you can say. So let's say tomorrow I would say, I want to complete chapter 5 of my book, Be Action Oriented. I want to make sure that I will be going to gym today at 12 o'clock. So those baby steps. And what happens, Steve, is when I talk about it in the morning, it remains subconsciously in my mind, and it allows me to take that action. Otherwise, I have seen many a times that I decide on doing something, but time goes away and I'm not able to do it because it was not on my priority list. So by doing this positive mind talk, I actually prioritize things for my own self. I do not allow anyone else to take away my core time. If I want to go to gym, I will go to gym. I don't want anyone to become a hurdle in there, because I ultimately, if I don't go to gym, the loss is mine. The other person who has taken my time for whatever reason, is it will not bother to them. It will bother to me. So I need to take charge of that.
What a cure for inaction is your mind talk. You think you're not doing your
Mhm.
workouts. Perfect example. I missed 2-3 weeks of workout because you weren't doing mind talk of getting up in the morning. Okay, I'm going to work out today. And can you be specific? Like, okay, 11 a.m. I'm going to work out, and then move on to your next one, then you move on to your day. I love that. That
Yep,
is
yep, yep.
how important is decision with habits?
Very important. And the reason I say is because habits define us, and a wrong decision about the habit can have a very lasting impact on us. So for example, I say that change your habit, change your life. Change your habit, change your destiny. So and when I say changing is, for example, if you are always a person who is not able to meet your targets or meet your deadlines. For example, if I'm talking about in corporate, uh, there is something that you need to change, because if you are doing something repeatedly, that means something is not right. uh, One of the person who read my book, he was just sharing his experience, and he was sharing with me that I'm an architect, and there was a time that I was coming late to my meetings. Most of the time I used to get stuck in traffic. At times my previous meeting gets delayed, and I was running late by 10-15 minutes. And then he was telling me that after I read your book, I started doing mind talk about being on time. And what he did differently, that he told me that if he was having a 4 o'clock meeting, he used to manifest or affirm for 3:45. So, so 15 minutes early. And because of that, he said that, now I'm before time. I leave early. I don't get stuck in traffic. So things happens, and you need to give time to make things happen. Things will not happen on one time. You will have to do it multiple times to really make it work for you.
Like you said, with athletes, you need to practice. You just need to practice.
Absolutely.
And thank you
Mhm.
for sharing that story, because audience, that's going to be a game changer, even in his income. He's going to probably eventually make more money because he's on time. He's going to better. I mean, we go on down that journey of black hole. I love that. You say your father's words, where there's a will, there's a way. It's funny. My dad used to say that to me a lot as well. How's that shaped your
Mhm.
leadership philosophy?
For me, it has changed everything, Steve. I'm known to be as a very determined person and an individual. If I want things to happen, I will make it happen, no matter how much effort it will take. And the way it has helped me is it has helped me in leading by example as a leader. Because as a leader, we ask our people to do many things. And sometimes we forget that if we ourselves are not doing that, we cannot expect
Yeah.
our employees, our team members to do it. So that has helped me shaping my own destiny. Um, Servant leader, we talk. This is a big concept in corporate world, but to be a servant leader, you need to really serve. And I believe that every leader who has taken the title of a manager or a leader, you are there to serve. You are not there to command. You are not there to give work to people. You are there to serve your people. And most of us, we don't understand that mindset, that what it truly means to serve people. We
Yeah.
always try to have that dictatorial mindset, that it's my way or highway kind of a philosophy, and that does not work.
Yeah, no, and I like that. And I love you words, the words determined, because some people fall into stubborn. You're not stubborn, you're determined. You're going to do whatever it takes to do that workout. We'll go back to the workout. I like that because that's such a big distinction in those two words, because you'll see people that are stubborn and they'll pester or whatever. That's not what you're talking about. I love that. Well, you're a busy guy. How do you do your swimming and Sudoku amongst all this crazy life that you have?
Well, Sudoku when I travel, so whether it's a flight or whether it's I'm waiting for my flight or in the flight, that's where I play Sudoku. Swimming, I try to make it minimum 3 times a week, Steve. I want to go for 5 times a week, but I make sure that I go 3 times. And I have identified a spot in my gym pool when it is fairly available, because my gym has a pool which are 3 lanes, and at times it becomes crazy. So I go in the afternoon time frame when there are not many people around. So I have identified that, and it has taken me a few weeks to identify that time slot. And so I'm able to do that. And that is a deliberate attempt for me to stay healthy. I would not say stay fit, but stay healthy.
You're moving. Yeah, amen. Yep. Yeah, you're moving. And that's a great story of determination. You're going to find the time that you can go get your work, swim in a shorter period of time, because you need to go back. You have work to do. You have things to do, but you got to get it in. Right. And also, I like, because I used to own health clubs with my family. I worked there. I was an owner. I always say that. But I like that you said I do 3 days a week. My goal is 5. So next week, this week you do 3, next week 5. Again, you're building such great habits. You're such an expert at habits. I love that.
Thank you.
We're getting to the end here, but I see this: be action oriented. Explain that.
So the book I wrote at the time when I was in my down phase of my corporate world, things were not moving, and this was post-COVID. And I was thinking to myself that what I'm doing, I mean, am I giving my best? And that book is basically the summary of what I did to myself to bring the energy back, to bring the momentum back, because I chose not to give up. I chose not to leave things on someone else's hand. I chose not to go with the industry that, okay, post-COVID, a lot of industry did well and some of the industry did not do well. So I took few steps that helped me in taking consistent action. So in this book, I have spoken about 5 things that will help you to take consistent action. And I believe for all of us, it is all about action, because we can plan a lot. We can have a very strategic meetings, but if we do not take action out of those meetings or from that plan, then nothing will move further. So it will just stay stagnant. So taking action is critical. So that's the reason I wrote that book, Be Action Oriented.
Athlete, professional, business people, all of them that are successful took action. They had to, or they wouldn't be successful. I love that. I knew I'd like that comment. I'm going to borrow that. BAO, be action oriented. I love it.
Yep.
So I've got a fun question to end our show with. You reserved a table at a restaurant, a table of 4. You're going to sit in one of the seats. In the other 3 seats, dead or alive, who would you invite and why? And more importantly, what food would you order?
All right. So one person who would I invite would be my elder brother, who is no more. We lost him early in 2004. So definitely I would like to invite him. And the reason I want to invite him, because he was very charismatic and very talkative, and make the environment very live. The second person I would want to have next to me would be Mr. Nelson Mandela. I have read a lot about him. He has been an inspiration to me, and I really would like to spend time and then get to know more about him through him. And number 3 would be it would be a cricketer, Mr. Sachin Tendulkar, an Indian cricketer who is known as the god of cricket. because his story is also very inspirational. And we four of us, we will have a very good conversation
Yeah.
on how things have happened and how things have changed in the life. And we will order, I would say, very, if one, it would be vegetarian food. We will be ordering, and we would be ordering cuisine, Mexican, and I would order Indian, Mexican, and Indian cuisine. That would be our favorite. We will have some appetizers, drinks, and dessert as well. So it would be a fun time because Mexican, the reason I order Mexican, because Mexican appetizers, we love it. I love it. And Mexican drinks are good. So that would be the choice of the cuisine.
Great meal.
Mexican,
What a
Indian.
great
Yep.
combination. What a great combination. Well, how can people support you and find you and reach out to you?
So the way people can support me is I am on a mission to train our young leaders, because throughout my corporate America experience, I have noticed that leadership is taught very late in the career. Once they have become a leader, that's when the formal training starts.
Yeah.
So I would love to support young leaders in their journey of leadership through my workshop. And I can be reached, through my website, which is Mind Talks Matters, www.mindtalksmatters.com, or my book website, habitsformiracles.com. We'll be more than happy to support them in their journey and help them in any way by sharing my wisdom.
We'll have all those links in the chat. Reach out to him. It's a great mission. Support him. I support him tremendously because our young entrepreneurs, they're the future of our business world and our world. So we need to make them great leaders so we have a great future. Thank you, Rahul. This has been just such a blessing. I love talking about habits, and you just nailed it perfectly. So thanks again for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here, Steve. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. And don't forget my TV show, Together We Serve, every Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. You'll find it on Apple TV, Roku, all those different streaming stations. And you can watch on your 70-inch screen and see my big old head and listen to my wonderful guests. And with that being said, Rahul and I thank you so much for watching or listening to this web podcast. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. Everybody have a great day.